Hello, welcome to episode 268. We are going to have a dynamic light that follows the player. We're in version 1.19. This one comes from ArcticPandaPro and JustFischKopf, who were having a little chat in the Discord, and they came up with this idea. It seemed quite fun, and I thought, well, why not? Let's make a little tutorial on it. So we're not going to link it to the player holding an item or anything like that. We are just going to have it so we can turn it on and off with the controller, and you can play around with it and do what you want. So the first thing I'm going to want is, as we quite often do, a scoreboard. Scoreboard, objectives, add, and I'm going to call this a lifetime, and it's going to be a dummy. There we go. Make sure we add it. Don't forget that. And now we're just going to make a controller, which we will have with a lever, controller, done, and repeat. Okay, so I am going to execute at the nearest player. So that is now executing at the nearest player's feet. Well, I want it to execute as at their head. So and we're executing at their feet, and now we'll do positioned 1 up. So we've gone from their feet to their head, unless there is an entity, any entity, type equals marker, tag equals, I just call it origin, distance equals 0 to 1. So if there's already a marker with the tag origin within that distance of the player's head, we're not going to do anything. If there isn't, then we are going to run summon a marker at the player's head with the tags origin. So if there isn't one there, we'll summon one. If there is one there, we're not going to do anything. Done. Right. Now we need to set some light. So let's execute at any entity, type equals marker, tag equals origin, unless the block where the marker is a light. So if there is a light there, we're not going to do anything. If there isn't a light there, we will put a light there. Done. Now I want to do a lifetime, like a countdown for how long the lights are going to live for. So we will execute at the player, and then we'll lift it back up to his head again. So, execute at the player's head, run scoreboard. That's not how you spell scoreboard. Run scoreboard. Players, add at entity, type equals marker, tag equals origin, and how far away from the player, distance equals 1 or more. So if this marker is further away than 1 block from the player, then we will start incrementing its lifetime. Lifetime 1. We're going to add 1. So if the player's just standing still, the marker is not going to get any older. Done. And then we will execute at any entity, type equals marker, tag equals origin, scores equals, and let's give it a lifetime of, I don't know, let's say 5. lifetime equals 5 or more. Then we will run set block at the marker to air, so we'll get rid of the light. Done. And now let's kill it as well. Kill any entity, type equals marker, tag equals origin, and scores equals lifetime equals 5 or more. Done. Okay, so what are we doing? If there is no marker at the player's head, we summon a marker. If there is no light block at any marker, we summon a light block. If the marker is further away from the player than 1 block, we increment its lifetime. If the marker has a lifetime of 5, we remove the light block, and if the marker has a lifetime of 5, we kill the marker. Okay. That should be good. Let's game rule, do mob spawning false, and let's set the time to midnight. Think we got away with that? Yeah, no one's spawning. Okay, let's turn it on. Cool, I've got a light following me around. Now, it's alright. You can see some little squares there and stuff as the light level is changing a lot. How good is this for performance? Probably not very good, because we are updating light levels a lot. Now, if I'm standing still, we're not actually updating any light levels, because we're not destroying and adding a new light each time. It's only when we start moving that we're doing that. Now, this does have a problem. When I stop it, I seem to have left a light behind. Let's give myself a light. So there's probably a marker and a light. So there's a light, definitely. Okay, and what if I do kill entity, tag equals origin, kills marker, and there was 1 marker. Okay, so that's one of the problems with this, is it quite often leaves a light. Sometimes it doesn't, but most of the time it does. So let's make a little bit to kill that light. We will execute at any entity, type equals marker, tag equals origin, run set block doobly doobly doo at the same place, air. Now I suppose there is a chance that this could delete a normal block. It's relatively unlikely, since it's placing the light block in your head. So we're kind of assuming that if your head can be there, there is no block there. But it could cause problems. Dynamic lighting, never the best systems, but they're fun to play with. So we've removed the light block. And now let's remove the actual marker as well. Tag equals origin. So those 2 commands should clean up any lights and origins we've got left. So we can put a little button on there. And we can do, let's just call it cleanup. There we go. Let's turn it back on. Now we can run around, turn it off. We've still got that. And we can press that to clean it up. Or, since these are right next to each other, what we could do is we could just play around with a redstone torch. We get a redstone torch. I'm going to put it on there. So when I power this, it's on and running. This block is powered, therefore the redstone torch goes off. I can run around. And then when I unpower this, the redstone torch is going to become powered and power these. So it should, every time, go dark. That seems to work okay, actually. Yep, there we go. I think it's probably okay for a single player map. Kind of cool. Play around with it as you will. I don't think this is multiplayer friendly. I mean, I'm executing out the nearest player to the command blocks. So it's going to be a bit weird if there's another player. But that all works. Okay, there we go. If you feel like playing around with some dynamic lighting, maybe here's an okay start. Personally, I think if you want dynamic lighting, you're probably going to want a plugin or a mod, really. Or at least a data pack would be a little bit better. But anyway, have fun with that, and I will see you later. Bye-bye.